Yeah.
No, that's really good. That's really good. It kind of ties into the next question, but the question, how have you been invalidated or disqualified as a man? I think, for, um, I guess to tag on that, what we were just talking about is, I think anytime from a false self perspective, we show weakness or shame, like you let in, you feel, invalidated or disqualified. You can feel invalidated or disqualified. And I think that's acting from the false self, where, um, operating from a true self perspective, I think you're not. I mean, we're all flesh, so we struggle, but you're less. Um, when you're not validated by the false self, you therefore are no longer disqualified or invalidated when the false self fails. Right? When you show kindness, or you show tenderness, or you reveal your shame, in that, into, in the true love, there is no shame, right? And so it's, I think anytime I feel that, it's when I'm operating out of the false self, when I'm operating like, oh, I'm not good enough to do this, or I failed here, or um, it just seems like that is when you feel disqualified, or at least when I do feel disqualified.
Yeah, just going off that too, I think like in the modern age, in terms of what is masculinity, like generally men want to be respected and women want safety, right? I mean, we all need these are all needs, but it's like maybe just a priority.
Right.
So in terms of men, like when we want to be the provider of the family, we want to be respected in the community, and so when we're not respected or we're not able to provide, we feel shame. And so even these good things that modern society says is good, and even in the Bible says it's good to be respected or to provide, but it really is in the end of it like a false self, because the provider of course comes from God, but when we don't feel it, we should be open to say, hey, I can't do this, I need help. And most men don't want to ask for help, but the real self is being okay with, hey, I don't have everything under control. Even though I'm supposed to be the head of the household, I'm supposed to be the Christ-like figure in the household, sometimes I'm not like that, and I'm
Right.
open for feedback and open to learn, and that's the humility and growing and development and all that stuff. So that's just a small microcosm of, hey, what is the modern age of masculinity? And the modern, you can go political and say, okay, people are attacking masculinity. That's why they call it toxic masculinity, regardless. And they try to come with the effeminate a little bit more. But in the end state of it is that what is really who you are, which means it's self-awareness, knowing yourself, and also then, okay, where are you aware of you trying to pretend to be something you're not? And even being a
Right.
true masculine man, like the modern day age, you have to be a hunter, you have to be physically fit, you have to be strong. Like that is not necessarily who you are. It's okay to be, as Jared, you just said, tender and open and vulnerable and to shed emotions. Like there's spectrums of this all the time, and every person's
Right.
different.